Today, James Gunn announced a Booster Gold series for HBO Max that will be set within the DCU. This can be Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. So we are getting Booster Gold, which I think makes perfect sense because this is another thing that is just right up James Gunn's alley. This works so much with his vibe. Booster Gold is there's so much untapped potential with this character. He's always a character that I've loved. I grew up watching on Batman the Brave and the Bold and Justice League Action. So I've always really enjoyed this character. We had one previous live action version of Booster Gold on Smallville. Actually, no, two live action versions. We had the one on Smallville, which I thought was a pretty good version of the character. And then we had one on the last ever episode of DC's Legend Tomorrow, which was an all right version of the character. So now we're getting him in the DCU for an HBO Max series, which I think a series definitely really works well for this character. And for those of you that, first of all, don't even know who Booster Gold is, James Gunn talked about it in his reveal video, but Booster Gold is basically, he's a guy from the future that travels to the past because he's such a huge fan of these like modern day superheroes like Superman and Batman, Green Lantern, all these characters. So he travels back so that he can be a superhero in modern times and get super famous over it. So I really like James Gunn's pitch of this, of how it's like almost like a superhero identity crisis. That's one of the things that I've always found so compelling about this character of Booster Gold. I think there's a lot you can do with it here. Somebody mentioned he could be almost like the Deadpool of DC, and that's actually, I actually kind of like that idea. I mean, especially if he's coming from the future, like he can do some fourth wall breaking type stuff. I don't think to the extent of Deadpool, but there could be some stuff he could do there. And obviously it's going to be a very comedic character. And Booster Gold is, when everybody was doing their predictions of what James Gunn was going to announce, this is one of the big ones a lot of people assumed. And with James Gunn talking about how a lot of his cast from the Guardians of the Galaxy and people he's worked with over at Marvel, they're likely to come work with him over at DC. One of the big fan castings has been Chris Pratt as Booster Gold, which honestly I kind of think would be a great idea. I think he definitely fits the bill for the character of Booster Gold. He can definitely capture that comedic energy, but also at the same time, those intimate, tender moments that we know James Gunn is so good at bringing to life with his writing. We don't know if he's going to be writing this or directing or whatever, but obviously, he's going to be producing it at the very least. And so I think Chris Pratt can really do those moments justice as well. So I think, whether it is him or not, I think Booster Gold is going to be a really interesting addition to this universe, especially so early on in this universe, this rebooted universe. But James Gunn doing Booster Gold, again, it just fits. It just works. It just makes so much sense. So this is one that I'm really excited to see. And out of all the projects, this is definitely one of the ones I'm most anticipating. So anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this news that James Gunn is developing a Booster Gold HBO Max series for the DCU? So thanks for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything goes on in the DC life.